Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown spoilers and your tough enough results. Who got it? Who got terminated basically from the show? Gabby Castrovinci was eliminated on the Tough Enough program from tonight. Final three were on there were Sarah Lee, Tanner, and Gabby. Now there are only 9 competitors left going into week number 5. After the show, Gabby told Renee Young that she's actually glad to be leaving the show. Apparently because of some of the drama that's been going on the show. She also said that she would like to see Sarah win. Chris Jericho commented on Twitter at I am Jericho. That was the best episode of WWE Tough Enough so far. Riveting, dramatic, physical, and verbal. That's what this show is all about at WWE. Former security guard at Savannah Civic Center in Savannah, Georgia is suing WWE and several superstars after he was hit with a steel chair, supposedly, at a WWE live event in 2013, according to Courthouse News Service. And there's supposedly some video of this. He doesn't even know who hit him. So he's taking it out on several superstars such as Kane, R-Truth, Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes, Fandango, Cesaro, John Cena, Ryback, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Daniel Bryan. Well, fella, why don't you take it out on your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, everybody else, because you don't know who hit you. Could have been your ex-wife or ex-brother or ex-boyfriend. You never know. Well, Rivers is unsure who actually hit him. Believe it may be Ambrose. So his attorney is suing every superstar who competed that night. And his attorney's name is Kevin Elwell, as he said. Quote, we haven't reviewed the video from the event yet, so we're bringing in everyone on the card that night. Only one guy did it, but we don't know which one yet. As Rivers said that the incident left him serious, significant, and permanent personal injuries. Rivers' wife, Mary, is also a plaintiff in the suit and claims that the incident has deprived her of conjugal fellowship with her husband. Troy also claims that because of gross negligence by WWE, he is suffering from physical and mental anguish, diminishment of his earning capacity, and continues to suffer a loss of enjoyment of life. The man seeking unspecified punitive and compensatory damages. As WWE issued a written statement in response and said that they have no knowledge of any such incident, and the security company that hired the plaintiff doesn't have any record of this either. Furthermore, the plaintiff's attorney has admitted that he has no basis to sue the individual defendants named in the lawsuit. And that concludes that little segment. WWE storyline update on Kane is that he has suffered a broken ankle on Raw and will be sidelined indefinitely. No word yet to as whether Kane is really taking time off or if he'll be cast in a non-wrestling role. The injury angle on Raw saw Brock Lesnar slam a piece of the ring steps onto Kane's ankle. Well, whenever I looked at Raw, watched Raw, there was a whole steps. Former WWE creative team member Kevin Eck addressed Major League Baseball's Home Run Derby winner Todd Frazier being awarded a replica WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt and how the tradition started. Eck noted in a blog it all started when he presented a title belt to Adam Jones of the Baltimore Orioles. And you can read more at kevineckwrestling.sportsblog.com. The interesting part of the story is that the title belt that Frazier held up on Raw isn't his to keep, but rather the original replica that Eck presented to Jones. The blog is a good quick read and has photos and videos of Home Run Derby Winners with the belt. By the way, the belt was all over ESPN last night. And Frazier was presented with the belt shortly after winning the Derby in front of his hometown fans. And he didn't do very good in Cincinnati at the All-Star Game itself. The Rock posted a video from the set of Central Intelligence filming, which appeared to show a nasty finger injury. As the video is on his Instagram at the Instagram.com/The Rock, as a prosthetic hand was used, and he was just trolling his social media followers, as Variety reports that New Line representative confirmed with them that the video was just a joke. The trio of Naomi, Tamina, and Sasha Banks that were formed on Monday's Raw, and they are going by the team name of BAD, Team Bad, meaning best at dominating, as you will find out on the SmackDown result, watching SmackDown yourselves. As the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins recently spoke with Men's Journal to talk CrossFit, Rollins commented on how today's WWE superstars are, and if pumping iron is a dated approach. Quote, I think it's a little antiquated, especially considering the evolution of pro wrestling. If you look at the wrestlers in the 1980s and the 1990s compared to what we have today, I think the training in that lifestyle is just asking for injuries, using limited range of motion to move light weights a bunch of times just to get a pump on, so you're aesthetically pleasing. I feel like you're begging to hurt. In the ring, we move so fast. We took so many more bumps than those guys ever did. And we do so much more high-risk stuff. We're athletes now. We're not cartoon characters anymore to do what I do at 250 to 300 nights a year. If I didn't train like this, I wouldn't be able to do what I do at this level. So for me, yes, I think bodybuilding is slowly drifting out as a placeholder for athletic training. I think slowly but surely, people understanding that they have to train functionally to do this well for a long time. Well, other news, as a source has reported, Ziggler has indeed signed a new contract with the company. He's off TV because he's shooting a new WWE Studios movie called 642. Yeah, time 642. Apparently the movie doesn't have anything to do with the time 642. The film is a thriller in which Ziggler plays a cop named Ray Fitzpatrick. He has to overcome his past while dealing with a plot to blow up a kid with a bomb strapped to his chest. Filming will last for about 4 weeks, and Ziggler should be back on TV in time for SummerSlam. The dark match before main event tapings in Birmingham saw Curtis Axel and Damian Sandow defeat Brad Maddox and Heath Slater. As WWE taped the following matches on Tuesday night for the main event: R-Truth versus Bo Dallas, Ascension versus Primetime Players, and non-title action, Zack Ryder versus Adam Rose, Layla versus Natalya. Apparently there was no matches advertised from the arena, but here's the results. There will be 4 results for main event and SmackDown. Thanks to @Jesse Kyle and Patrick Fuller for the following main event spoilers from Birmingham, Alabama. Primetime Players defeated Ascension by pinfall in non-title action. Zack Ryder defeated Adam Rose by pinfall. R-Truth beat Bo Dallas. Natalya defeated Layla. Just brief results on that one. Number 2 results, thanks to one of the dirt sheets. WWE take the following matches in Birmingham, Alabama for this week's main event. Primetime Players defeated the Ascension in non-title tag team action to kick off this week's main event taping. In the end, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young picked up the pinfall victory over Victor and Connor. Zack Ryder defeated Adam Rose by pinfall in our first singles match of the night. The crowd in Birmingham was said to be pretty much into the match, although it was kept relatively short. R-Truth defeated Bo Dallas in another one-on-one contest. This was said to be a pretty basic match and quick, and was described as a time filler. And your main event for the main event, Natalya defeating Layla in Divas action. And what was the final match? Presumably the headline bout of this week's edition of Main Event. And for the third results, thanks to Kyle Niblett from PW, he's a PW Torch correspondent. All but 4 sections in the upper deck were tarped off. Every lower level, the floor seat was full. Dark match. Macho Man Dow and Axelmania defeated Heath Slater and Brad Maddox. Main event spoilers. Tag Team Champions Primetime Players of Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, if you didn't know, defeated the Ascension of Connor and Victor. Match number 2, Zack Ryder defeated Adam Rose. R-Truth defeated Bo Dallas in match number 3. And Natalya defeated Layla. Very brief. And the fourth, more detailed action. Another dirt sheet. Main event. Thanks to Anton Jackson on this one. Macho Man Dow and Axelmania defeated Heath Slater and Brad Maddox. This was a curtain jerker match. Decent pops for everybody. Meta powers go over. Primetime Players defeated Ascension on the first match for the main event. Ascension still laughable, but solid pace match. Titus is a star. Match number 2, Zack Ryder defeated Adam Rose as Rose cut a promo that got more heat than his entrance. Lukewarm response for Ryder, very short contest. Match number 3, R-Truth defeated Bo Dallas. Truth was way over in Birmingham. Fat Bo Dallas is hilarious in person and works the crowd pretty well. Very similar to his brother. Then Natalya defeated Layla. Layla got the "she's still employed" reaction. And Natty went over in a very short match. And now for your SmackDown spoilers. Number 1, thanks to Jesse Kyle and Patrick Fuller for the following SmackDown spoilers from Birmingham, Alabama. Bray Wyatt kicked off the show with a promo in the ring. Roman Reigns interrupted on the big screen and brags about beating Wyatt all over Atlanta on Raw, but says Bray ran. Just like his promo. Run! Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus and Big Show was announced for your main event of SmackDown. Lucha Dragons versus the New Day was up first with the Primetime Players on commentary. Big E got the win for his team by pinfall. Bad News Barrett defeated Jack Swagger with a bullhammer, and afterwards R-Truth came out to cut a promo on Barrett and their match at Battleground pre-show. Cesaro defeated Rusev in what was said to be a very good lengthy match. And Aaron Neville defeated Stardust. And we get Raw recaps. They had a recap of the NXT Divas debuting on Raw, such as Sasha Banks, then they had Sasha Banks, Tamina Snuka, and Naomi cut a backstage promo and revealed that their new faction name is Team Bad, meaning best at dominating. And your main event, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose defeated Big Show and Sheamus by disqualification when Bray Wyatt interfered. Surprisingly good tag team match to be the main event, and Ambrose looked the best. Reigns and Ambrose got big pops as Ambrose hit an especially good looking DDT on Big Show. And Reigns and Ambrose came back to clean house and end SmackDown. Okay, results number 2 for the Battleground Go Home edition of SmackDown. As Bray Wyatt kicked off the Battleground Go Home edition of SmackDown by coming to the ring to cut a promo. Roman Reigns ends up appearing on the big screen and brags about beating Wyatt all over Atlanta, Georgia, and also mocked Wyatt for running from him. Reigns and Ambrose versus Sheamus and Big Show was announced as a tag team main event for later in the evening. New Day defeated Lucha Dragons in tag team action as Primetime Players on the commentary for the match. our first match of the evening, which was New Day won with Big E scoring the pinfall for his team. King Barrett defeated Jack Swagger in a singles competition. Barrett picked up the W by way of the Bullhammer elbow for the 1-2-3. After the match, R-Truth came out and cut a promo for their WWE Battleground kickoff show match for this Sunday night. Cesaro defeated Rusev in one-on-one action. This was said to be a very good match that was given a lot of time. The fans of Birmingham were said to be very much into this match from bell to bell. Neville defeated Stardust in singles competition. It was said to be a pretty basic match, although the crowd was super into both guys, including Stardust, despite his heel antics. A video recap is shown of the NXT Divas debuting on Monday's Raw. Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina cut a promo backstage and revealed that their tag team faction is Team BAD, which stands for Best at Dominating. And Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose defeated Big Show and Sheamus by disqualification in the tag team main event of SmackDown. The disqualification took place when Bray Wyatt interfered in the match. Reigns and Ambrose ended up making a comeback and clean house in SmackDown, sending the crowd home, the fans home happy. And number 3 report, thanks to Kyle Nevitt, who's a PW Torch correspondent, for July 16th episode of SmackDown. Sheamus and Big Show versus Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns is your main event. Roman Reigns opened with a promo. Bray Wyatt interrupted, and that went back and forth. Well, a little bit different from the other ones. They just did it a little bit backwards and what have you. New Day of Kofi Kingston and Big E defeated Lucha Dragons of Kalisto and Sin Cara. Primetime players are on commentary. King Barrett defeated Jack Swagger. R-Truth came out and they bannered to set up Battleground pre-show match. Cesaro defeated Rusev with a neutralizer. Best match of the night. Neville defeated Stardust with a roll-up. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose defeated Big Show and Sheamus by disqualification with the Bray Wyatt interference. Massive heel for Bray. Ambrose was the most over talent of the night, and the biggest high spots was Ambrose countering a chokeslam into a DDT, putting the Big Show through a table. And more detailed results for the 4th report, thanks to Anton Jackson, the ProWrestling.net reader. The following was Roman entered the building to a huge pop. He had a sparring promo with Bray Wyatt by Titantron. See the difference. So the other one was on the Titantron. Roman Reigns was on the Titantron, and then a switch. What conflicting? Just watch SmackDown, see which one was correct. That's exactly why I get more reports than just 1 or 2. The crowd was abuzz during that segment, though, and New Day defeated the Lucha Dragons. As the primetime players were on commentary, good reaction for both teams. New Day's sucks chants were very over. Xavier Woods' antics crack up anybody within an earshot. As New Day went over and they cut a promo on primetime players at ringside, and then they dispersed when confronted. Bad News Barrett defeated Jack Swagger. Short match to set up Barrett's promo with R-Truth. Solid reaction for both, if a bit tepid. Match number 3, Cesaro defeated Rusev. Great heat for both men. Nice match to follow as huge pops for Cesaro's win. Crowd got into the match with a lot of USA chants for Cesaro, who's not from the United States, supposedly, which seemed to delight him. The only true match on the card at this point. And match number 4, Neville over Stardust. We got cool comic book style video package recapping their match from Raw. Stardust continued to react to Cody chants. Neville went over fast, blink, and he missed the match. I'm guessing this guy's got to get a match at Battleground pay-per-view. Added? Well, nothing yet added yet. Then they recapped the Diva Revolution. That happened on Raw. Backstage promo with Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina happened. It seemed like they announced their stable as BAD, bad, such as best at domination or something to that effect. The crowd paid attention, but reacted very little attention and reacted accordingly. And match number 5, your main event. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns defeated Sheamus and Big Show by disqualification. Fun main event. Loudest pops of the night go to Roman Reigns and Ambrose. Great heel for Sheamus and Big Show, especially for Big Show. The crowd was totally into the match. It's very interesting watching Reigns become more comfortable. Post-WrestleMania main event, his confidence and enthusiasm really came off well here and helped his performance. As Reigns and Ambrose won by disqualification from Bray Wyatt's surprise interference. Loud reaction to Wyatt in the flesh, in person as well. And that concludes the results and spoilers for this week's SmackDown and WWE main event. Thanks again. Peace out. God bless. See you. Want to be you? By the way, if you don't know, you better call me, bro. Or comment, bro.